We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message, titled How to Further Open the Peace Karma Bubble, Part 4 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, with subtitles in many languages, on June 10th, 2026.
Sorry, sensitive images, but in reality, it's absolutely heartbreaking.
Okay, now we talk about peace again. Why does peace come so slow? Because of so much karma mixed together to make that bubble of special karma for world peace and for war. For war, it's easy to break out because the karma outside in society, in the world, is just like the karma inside the war bubble karma. They even stay in the bubble, but they burst out quickly. When it's full, it bursts out, warlike. But the bubble for peace karma is different. It's just like the bubble for the karma of war is so powerful inside, and it's matched with the outside energy of murdering and killing of the world people. So it's easy to connect. It's just like if you see the atom bomb. It's really wrapped up in a very special substance, impenetrable by anything else. But when it opens, it kills, it destroys. No one can stop it anymore. But the similar container, like the container of the nuclear material inside the atom bomb, if you put water into it, into that container, it won't leak out. It will not, even though water is essential to life. It's a life and death substance. You must have it or you will die. Still, if you put it in the atom bomb container, instead of the atom bomb nuclear material inside, the water doesn't just leak out, doesn't just burst into a bomb and spill the water everywhere. No. If you want it, you must build a tap or drill some hole. But the nuclear container is impenetrable, except there is something connecting electronically with some button. And when you push a button or do this, do that, then it bursts out. But for the water, it's very difficult for it to just naturally come out unless you be able to bore some hole and let it drip out. Now, peace is like that. We see peace dripping out everywhere. We show you often about peace negotiations or peace deals everywhere in the world, a lot. But the real peace, the whole peace, the complete peace, cannot all come out like that. Just like the water in that nuclear container has to come out slowly if we can drill any hole. And the hole we can drill for this peace bubble to open is the peace itself. Peace in the family, peace within nations, peace within the lives of all beings, you know? The reason we cannot keep drilling big holes in the bubble of peace karma is because we don't have the instrument. We don't have that peace instrument. Only peace can give birth to peace. We are still killing a lot. We're still murdering a lot. We still support the eating and killing of all the beings, our co-inhabitants. We are just having the world and our life as a rental. The animal people and other beings similarly. So we're just all renters in one big building, the world. The world is a big building, and we are just renters, temporarily renting something. renting an apartment in it to live in. You don't see it, but it is like that. It's very much similar to that. And all of you are too busy working, earning, and dealing with problems every day. So you don't have time to think too much and to analyze it that way and to try to find a way to stop the rent, which keeps mounting up until it's impossible to pay. Karma is like that, like the rental price that you have to pay. But the more you live in it, the more you do this, the more you do that, the more you have to pay. There's no escape. And you're trying to damage the building even. Then of course you pay more, much more to the landlord. We're paying too much. We spend more than the earth can afford. We waste it all. We waste clean, pure water. We ruin the beautiful air that God made for us to live by. There are many other things we do that are not conducive to the lower rent that we could afford. Now, peace, karma, has come into our world already. That's why the king of the sun announced it to you. The bird people tell you, all the animal people tell you, even squirrel people, even small insects like spiders, they come to tell me every day. Peace is here. I say, I know. I just need to work harder. Yes. And now you see the bubble of the peace karma, which has been wrapping up the peace karma for our world, has been drilled with some holes by God's grace, by the Trinity reunited into one utmost powerful, by the worldlings who had turned to the righteous direction and practicing benevolence, compassion. So the planet has become better. The peace has become more apparent. But it doesn't mean it's complete yet. I'm still waiting for the big time to come. Your prayers, sincere prayers for peace, do help. Your vegan lifestyle does help a big deal. Your benevolence and love to your unborn child help a bigger deal. Everything helps. So we've been able to drill some holes into that impenetrable bubble, so some peace energy can come out and bless our world and make peace step by step up to now.
etc.
Even the Middle East, like Iran, already announced they will stop bombing, stop the war against Israel, for example. But Iran did not make excuses only for themselves. They used the excuse of Lebanon, like they claim it as their own brothers and sisters. They have to defend them. So there were not many more excuses for peace. But still, because the whole world people have changed. Many have changed, though not the majority, like I wish, have changed into a more benevolent heart, more compassionate lifestyle, or more considerate of others, and have more peaceful thinking, more peaceful supporting. of the whole world and more condemning of war in their hearts, in their thinking. And they became vegans, many nowadays, a lot more than before. They're making vegan food a lot more than before. They negotiate for peace a lot more actively, more practically, more logically than before. So we can still pray and hope for total peace, but we must also contribute to it. A house is not built with only one brick. It has to be many bricks together, and also other materials like cement, water, sand, etc. Yes, many things we need to contribute to peace. But the most important is the vegan diet, veganism, because it contains within itself peace, love, compassion, love for life, supporting life, protecting life. That is all peace. That's all the components for peace against the war, which is the opposite. So think about that. I'm not trying to make you a vegan just because I like veganism. I do. It's just that it's for common protection of all beings, mostly humans. 'Cause humans are the ones who make war or make peace. That's why peace comes slow, because we don't have enough holes to make the peace karma bubble bust. Yeah, and spread the peace energy all over to support our goal, our wish. So please be vegan, protect the unborn, and have yourself a peaceful life, peaceful thinking, by supporting everything about peace. Nothing connected with killing, with murdering the innocents. Nothing supporting such devilish work. I tried to collect many clips of animal people, funny, loving babies, funny, loving, intelligent, all of them, animal people and human babies. They're very intelligent. And who knows, they will be born as a saint, as a president, as a scientist, as someone useful for the society where you live in and your children will live in. When you see all the clips that I collected for you and show on our TV, you could not imagine how anyone could kill them, kill these beautiful babies before they are born, or kill these cute, loving, so very affectionate animal people. Just keep looking at them and then you will change your mind. Because humans, for example, they perceive a stronger energy and are impressively influenced by seeing the events of anyone graphically, more than just reading them. That's why we have tried so hard to show whatever we can, truthfully, graphically. It does help. It has an effect on many humans. A lot of humans. Billions of people, if they watch it every day on our Supreme Master television, we collect for them everything that is good for them. Not just their physical, like we collect also medical advice and this and that and the other, anything good for humans or for animal people. Also, we try to collect and show it to them and air it for you. Yeah.
We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message, titled How to Further Open the Peace Karma Bubble, Part 5 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, with subtitles in many languages, on June 10, 2026.
The conclusion is that if you want peace, make peace in your individual life. And then the effect will spread out to the whole world or even to the whole universe, because you are God. You have God within you, at least a spark of God within you. You are tremendously powerful. You just don't know it. That's why many yogis, Taoists, Buddhists, they left the mundane society. They went into mountains, forests, in isolation to try to reconnect with that power. Many of my so-called God's disciples do that. And many of them just stay at home but make themselves, like an island for themselves in the house. They do all their things like mundane people, but inside they are powerful. They know things that many people don't know. Whatever experiences, inner visions that they share with you, they're just the tip of the iceberg. They have tons more things. And people feel it, know it when they go near them.
Kính thưa Ngài Thanh Hải Vô Thượng Sư, gần đây con nghe Ngài đề cập có người dùng hắc thần thông hại Ngài. Con tin rằng họ sẽ phải chịu quả báo nghiêm trọng, thậm chí đọa địa ngục. Thậm chí khi dùng thần thông để chữa bệnh, ta đã can thiệp vào lực nhân quả, khiến mình phải trả giá bằng tâm linh. Nếu hại người thì quả báo càng khủng khiếp. Trước khi tu pháp môn Quán Âm, con từng học thần thông tới cấp thượng sư. Thí dụ có lần một cháu gái trong xóm bị ma nhập chạy như điên khắp nơi. Dù cháu nhỏ con nhưng mấy người to con khác lao vô giữ lại đều bị cháu quật ngã. Nhưng con chỉ cần quả bùa, niệm chú thổi về hướng cháu đột ngột ngã xuống bất tỉnh. Khi tỉnh lại, cháu hoàn toàn bình thường và không nhớ gì. Con không kể cho ai về chuyện này. Thường con chỉ dùng thần thông để trị bệnh nhẹ như trật khớp, u nhọt và chưa bao giờ hại ai. Đến năm 2019, khi xem giáo lý Bí quyết tức khắc khai ngộ hiện đời giải thoát của Sư Phụ, con cầu nguyện rằng nếu Sư Phụ là Phật sống, xin cho con chứng nghiệm điều gì đó để tin tưởng. Đêm đó, phòng ngủ của con phát hào quang và tỏa ra hương thơm lạ mà con chưa hề biết. Từ đó, con quyết định từ bỏ thần thông và xin theo làm đệ tử của Sư Phụ. Lòng vui mừng vì tìm được con đường giải thoát khỏi tam giới. Tất cả những đệ tử Sư Phụ, nếu thật sự tu hành đều có thần thông vô ngã trong người, tức là làm mà không làm, không biết mình làm. Ví dụ như có anh đồng tu bị tai nạn xe, nhìn như chết tại chỗ, nhưng vẫn được đưa vào bệnh viện phẫu thuật cấp cứu. Khi các đồng tu đến muốn hiến máu cứu anh sống lại một cách kỳ diệu. Anh kể rằng khi xe đụng, linh hồn anh đã rời khỏi xác. Anh nhìn thấy xác mình nằm đó nhưng không thể nhập vô. Khi các đồng tu đến, anh thấy ai cũng có ánh sáng và ánh sáng của họ hợp thành một ánh sáng lớn giúp đẩy linh hồn anh vào xác trở lại. Họ đã cứu anh mà chính họ cũng không biết. Sư Phụ chính là đấng minh sư vĩ đại nhất. Con xin đội ơn Ngài đã nhận con làm đệ tử thiện nhân từ Âu Lạc Việt Nam,
etc.
And now again, if you want peace, you have to make peace. You have to be a peaceful example. I envision that one day this karma bubble that contains world peace inside will just peel off, disappear, disintegrate, and be no more. And we're counting on it soon. Yeah? You continue praying. You continue your benevolent diet, peaceful diet of veganism, and continue to encourage others whom you know around you by any means possible to lead them into remembering who they are, which is benevolence, which is powerful, which is compassionate, etc. All the best qualities in the whole universe are contained within humans' little fragile, gentle form. You just have to awaken it and use it. Then you will feel you are different. You're real human. You will just be an amazing human, not to talk about being a saint or anything else. You're amazing. Then you will love yourself more and you will thank everyone around you, all beings around you that contribute something to your life and to this world in the best possible definition of it. So you'll be very happy living your life and living amongst all these beneficial beings. You will understand it more, appreciate it more when you change to the real life of a human, compassionate, loving, beneficial, peaceful, noble, grand being, a child of God, a future Buddha. Veganism is the main key. Remember that. Loving God is a great main key. Worshipping God, remembering God is a greater grand key. All you have to do is be vegan, love God, help others. You don't have to be my disciple. My so-called disciples, they are in a hurry. They know the ephemerality of life. They know there is something better beyond this physical appearance of life. So they're in hurry. They could not wait. So they came to me asking for that, for the gift that will grant them eternal liberation and immense power while on earth, and later on more and more, higher to the highest heaven. We show you many things in the daily news or in our shows about how healthy a vegan diet could be. You don't just eat it because you're forced to be compassionate. No, you should love yourself. Give yourself the best food. You see, all the scientific research, all the scientists told us that all the vegetables and fruits are truly the treasures of the physical life. Even just think about it, just this humble, thin, frail, fragile coriander, how much those little leaves of the coriander or the twigs of the coriander help you to cure so many illnesses, prevent so many deadly diseases, even cancer. And just a little tomato, how much it offers you for your health, for your physical fitness. And just guava, how much it will protect you physically, preventing many diseases, etc., etc. You do research on each and every one of them. The little herbs, the coriander, the Italian herbs, the thyme, the rosemary, etc. They're so small, so tiny, but their power is so mighty to build you up like a strong, healthy, very invincible human.
Studies presented at American College of Cardiology show a healthy vegan diet reduces death risk by up to 24% for people with cardiometabolic disorders, such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Experts confirm that diets rich in vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and nuts help lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, and reduce inflammation, key factors in preventing heart disease. Experts say cilantro is a natural detox herb packed with antioxidants, vitamins A and K, and protective plant-based compounds that help remove heavy metals from the body. Studies indicate it also supports liver function, reduces inflammation, and promotes healthy blood sugar levels. Add fresh cilantro to soups, salads, or green smoothies for a refreshing, cleansing boost to a nutritious vegan diet.
Nutritionists say tomatoes guard against prostate, lung, and breast cancers thanks to lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. Rich in vitamins A, C, and potassium, they stabilize blood pressure and brighten skin. Eat plenty weekly, raw, cooked, or juiced, with olive oil or avocado for best absorption as part of a healthy, whole vegan diet.
Experts highlight that eating one whole guava daily during winter significantly strengthens the immune system and regulates metabolism. Packed with 4 times more vitamin C than oranges, guava slashes cold duration and respiratory symptoms. Its abundant fiber acts as a prebiotic for gut health, stabilizes blood sugar, curbs winter weight gain, and enhances insulin sensitivity while protecting against fatty liver disease.
Doctors say rosemary is rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that support brain, heart, and immune health. Research shows its aroma can also improve memory and focus. Use fresh or dried rosemary in vegan soups, roast vegetables, or tea for a fragrant, plant-powered boost.
Doctors say basil is a fragrant herb rich in antioxidants, vitamin K, and natural anti-inflammatory compounds that support heart health and immunity. Studies show basil's essential oils, such as eugenol and linalool, can help reduce stress, balance blood sugar, and fight infections. Enjoy fresh basil in vegan soups, salads, or teas for a refreshing, plant-powered boost to mind and body.
Etc.
Imagine if you eat any of them or take turns to eat any of them every day, you will never get sick. Even if there are sicknesses here and there from other people, they don't affect you. They can't touch you. You're too powerful. Imagine how you as a human, how powerful you are. Imagine God made them for you. God said that I made all these herbs and vegetables and fruit in the garden for your food. God never said I made an animal person for your food. Never. So help me. Bring me tools so I can crack open this karma bubble of peace and let peace come out. In this physical world, we don't just use blessing power, divine power, but we need tools as well. We need tools. It works more effectively. So the Buddha, he didn't have any army, nor did he want to. So the army of the enemy country would just swoop into their country, kill, murder, and torture his clan till no end. But even the Buddha would not try to use weapons. So he used his own tools. He blessed the people who died afterward. And he also himself personally went onto the street and sat there as a symbol of peace and the expression of peace loving and wanting peace for the country. But that's not enough. There's not enough of a physical instrument to go against that war.
We now invite you to watch the next part of Supreme Master Ching Hai's message titled How to Further Open the Peace Karma Bubble, Part 6 of 6, on Between Master and Disciples, with subtitles in many languages, on June 10, 2026.
So help me. Bring me tools so I can crack open this karma bubble of peace and let peace come out. In this physical world, we don't just use blessing power, divine power, but we need tools as well. We need tools. It works more effectively. So the Buddha, he didn't have any army, nor did he want to. So the army of the enemy country would just swoop into their country, kill, murder, and torture his clan till no end. But even the Buddha would not try to use weapons. So he used his own tools. He blessed the people who died afterward. And he also himself personally went onto the street and sat there as a symbol of peace and the expression of peace loving and wanting peace for the country. But that's not enough. There's not enough of a physical instrument to go against that war. And nowadays, that country would either negotiate, have to bribe them with something to stop the war, or have to push the whole armies out to fight and die in the battlefield until everyone dies, no more, and then have so-called peace afterward. Meanwhile, both countries are torn in different pieces. People are dying. Harvests are burned. Businesses are closed. Schools are affected. So the country is in chaos. And people are suffering mentally, psychologically, emotionally also, not just physically, What good can it do to our world? Even if you are a country leader and your country wins the war at the end, so what then, What can you have? You can have 10 of the most expensive suits a day? For what? You can have the most advanced technology in your presidential palace. You can have hundreds of the most expensive and high-tech cars, and you can eat 10 meals a day. You live in a luxury building, so what then? You die at the end too, and with horrible punishment in hell because you caused suffering to people, including children and elderly people. You gain nothing really. As Lord Jesus said, what good is it to a man if he wins the whole world, but loses his own soul? Because that is very important. You will no longer exist if your soul is to be annihilated or imprisoned or locked in hell forever. Because as you sow, so shall you reap. Everything is like that. You plant an apple seed, you will have an apple tree. And when you have an apple tree, you will have apple fruit. Like that. If you plant a poisonous tree, you will have poison. And it might affect you even. Okay? All right, it's not much more that you don't know. Just have to practice it. You have to take the teachings of all the religious masters that you believe in, practice them, take them out, analyze them, and use what is wise and beneficial to you. Because no matter how many books you read, you can't be a doctor if you don't practice. Yeah? God gave us so much in fruits, in vegetables, to build a beautiful body and to clear the intelligent mind and to nourish the spiritual advancement so that you can be a saint, a Buddha. But if you don't practice them, you don't take what God gives us as a nutritious gift, then you will not be healthy to begin with. And your mind will not be clear enough to perceive what is truth, what is false. That's why many fake masters can take money from you, can molest your children even, and lead you to hell by believing their fake doctrines and their unintelligent logic and a devilish kind of mental and physical example of teaching. Yeah. It will only lead you to ruin and hell at the end. When you know God, you don't need anything else. God will tell you what to eat, what to drink, what medicine you take even when you're sick. It's just that if you take on the karma of the world, then you will not always be as well as you want to be, or as God intended for you to be. It's just if you want to pay for somebody else's karma, especially the whole world's karma and war karma, peace karma, then, you just have to take whatever comes out of it. The real principle of practicing spiritually is just mind your own business. Don't make war with anybody. Don't even care about interfering with war to make peace. Just look inside all the time. Just do what you have to do in the world. Look inside for the light, for God. Being with God, pray to God, worship God, love God. That's all you have to do in order to escape from the bubble that imprisons you. Anytime you interfere with somebody else's karma or business, you will suffer, at least half of it. That's why many masters don't interfere with political war and peace kind of events. And even if you walk outside, you see the war, but don't see it. Just look inside. Always remember God. Remember your goal to go home, to be liberated forever from this suffering. Then, for sure, you will achieve that goal. But you see, some of the masters cannot bear to see others suffering in ignorance and feebleness, vulnerability. So the master tries to help and takes on so much karma upon himself or herself. And to interfere in the war, wow, you cannot imagine how big the karma is. That's why you read many stories of the past masters. They don't interfere with other people's karma. They only take care of their so-called disciples, whoever came to them and asked for spiritual guidance. And sometimes they're so sincere, but even the old master, they don't accept them right away. Like the case of Milarepa and his master Mapa. So most of the masters, they don't interfere with the world's troubles at all because they know it might be useless if the world's people don't follow them, don't do exactly what the universal law requires in this physical world, then it's useless. And the master will take on enormous karma for not much use. But some masters just have compassion and love. They cannot bear their children's suffering because the world's people, the world's beings are like children to them. That's how much love they have. They suffer as much as the world's people suffer. They suffer as much as the animal people suffer or any other being suffer. It just pains their hearts. Sometimes it's unbearable, so they cannot just ignore it. The person that you take care of most is yourself, right? So if you're in pain, you go take medicine or see the doctor, hoping that you will get well again. Similarly, the master has to find a way to cure her suffering or his suffering by trying to stop the suffering of others in the world, because they are one with all beings on the planet, just like they are one with God. They have all the blessing, the power, and they try to use it to stop the suffering of the world's beings. And that's how their own suffering also will cease or be minimized. Okay, you know a lot already about all this. I'm just reminding you, hoping that you will wake up and remember all the logic, all the wisdom, all the knowledge, all the best qualities that you have within you, and use them. May the reunited Trinity, who is one now, with utmost power and love, bless us all to be decent, loving, good humans, and finally, as soon as possible, be greatly enlightened, become saints, become Buddhas, and go home to the true home, not this illusionary bubble, prison that we call home here on earth. Amen. May you all be well and enlightened very, very fast. Amen. Love you all, love you all so much, more than I love myself even.